Hi, I just wanted to talk about a couple things you can do as backup in bluegrass music. Now, don't get confused with my fiddle because I have a 5-string fiddle, so I have an extra C string there. Don't let that confuse you. So, the first thing you can do to back up is chop on the offbeat. So the offbeat is going to be the opposite beat that the bass plucks on. So you got boom, 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 boom. And you're going to be chopping on the opposite beat. So you got boom, chuck, 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 boom, chuck. Or if you like to count, it'll be on the and. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And what you can do, you could also do it with chords, but that's a little more advanced. So sometimes what I like to do is just mute the strings, and then you can chop in any key. To mute the strings, you just lay your fingers across all of the strings and don't press down, because if you press down you get a note. You just want to lightly touch all of the strings to mute them all, and then you can chop wherever on those strings. And when I chop, I either like to chop right at the frog. You kind of just bounce the bow like that. Or sometimes if I want to be a little bit quieter, like if the guitar is taking a break or something and I don't want to be too loud, I chop at the tip and I go up. It's a lot softer, quieter. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and boom, chuck, chuck, boom, chuck, boom, chuck. Okay? Or boom, chuck, boom, chuck, boom, chuck, boom, chuck. A lot more power control here at the frog because it's heavier. So that's one thing you can do. I wanted to use I'll Fly Away in the key of G as an example, because we're going to do something else after, but I'll just sing a little bit of that so you can see how that chop works. So some bright morning when this life is over, I'll fly away to a home on God's celestial shore. I'll fly away. Okay, I don't know if I was singing that in G, but that's just an example of how to do that. I like to chop when I'm singing harmony. I like to hold it up here because I can pull the fiddle away from my neck and sing at the same time. Okay, so it really doesn't matter where you lay your hand. You can lay your hand up here. It's just more comfortable to lay it here. You can pull it away if you want to sing. Okay, the other thing you can do is play the note of the chord that is being played. So let's say key of G. I'll Fly Away, your chords are G, C, and D. And I'm going to start with the lower octave, so the open G, third finger C, third finger on the G string, and then open D. Okay, so G, C, D. So what I would do is just hold out long bows. Let me show you. I'll sing it and show you. So, some bright morning. Okay. Some bright morning when this life is over. So now we go to C. I'll fly a G to a home on God's celestial shore. And then we go to D. Fly back to G. Okay? We'll do the chorus. I'll fly away, oh glory, see, I'll fly away in the morning when I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. To D there, quick D. So that was in the lower octave. You can also play it a higher octave, so I'm going to show you that. So I'm going to play third finger G on the D string for my higher G. Second finger low 2 C on the A string my higher octave C, and third finger on the A string for my higher octave D. Okay, so we have G, C, D. And there's no right or wrong which one you play, the lower or the higher. You just play around with it and see what sounds better, okay? So let me show you that in this octave. Some bright morning when the cypher's over, see I'll fly a G to a home on God's celestial shore. I'll D fly away. Oh, I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away in the morning when I die. Hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. Okay, so you can even do it the higher octave, but you're going to be shifting up if you do that. So you can play around with that, and you can do this with instrumentals too, the chop and the long bows with the chords that are being played. I find that when you're doing an instrumental, if it's a bird, if whoever's taking a break is playing in a higher octave, like if you're playing with another fiddle and they're playing up here, they're playing up in that higher octave, it sounds better if you're doing those long bows to play the lower octave with them. Okay? And then if they're playing in a lower octave, it might sound better to do the higher octave long bows, but you're just going to have to play around with it and see what sounds best for what song you're doing. So that's what you can do as basic beginner fiddle backup. Play around with that. And if this was helpful and you learned something, like this video, subscribe, because I'm going to be putting more videos out, and comment below what recommendations you have, requests you have for other tutorials that you want me to put out, or songs you might want to learn.